Over the last 7 days, I've been meditating with Dr. Joe Dispenza. And on this video, I want to talk about what that's been like, what are the benefits from it, how I'm continuing to do this for the next 30 days, and why this is benefiting everybody inside of our Skool community and just our online community as a whole. What's up, guys? My name is Nico Orapoulos. So pumped to have you on this video. And as I made a previous video, I was talking about how it's starting a 30-day challenge with the Dr. Joe Dispenza Blessing of the Energy Centers, and how I'm bringing on my Skool community to do the exact same thing and to just follow along this journey, and why. So the reason why I decided to start this 30-day challenge of doing Dr. Joe Dispenza's Blessing of the Energy Centers meditation is because the last time that I really went gung-ho with doing meditations with Dr. Joe Dispenza, that's when everything shifted for my life. My business transformed, it really skyrocketed, and I just felt more grounded, more centered. My nervous system was much more regulated, and I decided I want to do that again. And so I made a post inside of our Skool community, Magnetic Manifesting. If you're not in there already, feel free to join. The links are down in the description of the first pinned comment. But the response was overwhelming. Like, everyone was like, yes, I'm in, I want to do this. And then people have been documenting their journey, which is really, really exciting, because this work is extremely, extremely powerful if you're not familiar with it already. Because what happens is, as I shared on my previous videos and my story, is that when I got more grounded and more centered, that's when I was able to actually pull in and attract all these things that I wanted in. And I shared a story about this, how I heard this story about this guy became literally a millionaire in less than 48 hours after going to a Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat. And it's because he started understanding the power of energy and how you want to keep it flowing and keep it going, as opposed to thinking that we are this like matter that just constricts and shrinks, right? We are infinite love, infinite expansion. And when we continue to practice that and strengthen those muscles, that's when we feel better. And when we feel better, we do better. And when we do better, we attract better, right? So that's really the journey that I've been on, and it's been really exciting. So over the last 7 days, I'll kind of walk you through what my process has been and what I've been experiencing it because of it, okay? And it's really cool to even reflect on this already, because there's been a lot of benefits that have came with it beyond just feeling better, but also with my business is doing a lot better, right? And so basically I started this back, a week ago when I was still in Colorado. I was visiting my family. I was actually out there because my uncle passed. And so we were out there to celebrate his life and just be with family. And it was really exciting to be with family, and it's always a good time. And I was able to hang out with my sister. We had lots of giggles, lots of laughs, and that hasn't happened in quite some time because life be lifing. She's got a family and her husband, and but they weren't able to make the trip. And so it was fun for us to just giggle and laugh and just be with each other. My mom was out there, my grandmother, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. And so it was just fun to be a part of that, even though we went out there for not probably the most ideal reason, but at the same time it allowed me to get closer with my uncle, because I feel like I have this whole new connection with him, which is kind of an interesting. He was on the path of drinking and alcohol for quite some time, and feel like he was just kind of ready to go. And I feel like since he passed, I have this whole new connection with him, and he's just in a much better place, right? And so the more that I tap into my meditations, the more I get grounded and centered and deeper in my spiritual practice. And so that's a big benefit. So I started this challenge, and again, I made a whole post about this and all the directions and all the instructions and the audio inside of our Skool community. So again, if you would like to join and partake, we'd love to have you. All the instructions are in there. Just again, go ahead and join. The links are down below. But I started that. I was doing them in my grandmother's backyard, which was really nice because it's just very green, as you can see. And it's nice to be grounded in grass. And that was a really good kickstart to the 7-day challenge. Then I came back to Arizona, and I oftentimes do my morning routine up on the roof where I can catch the sunrise. And that was really powerful because of the fact that I feel like I'm always just watching God's work, watching the sunrises, as beautiful as they are. And so, every day I've been doing this. It's an 18-minute meditation. We also have another one we put in the group that's more so around a 40-minute meditation. So if you feel like that would be something that would be more beneficial for you, obviously you can do either or, as we mentioned inside of the welcome post or the instructions post. And so what has really come from this, I've been doing it for 7 days, 18 minutes a day. And, that's not, a ton, like obviously 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours would be even more. But just this constant repetition. And we talk about this all the time inside of these audios, these videos on YouTube. How important it is to double down and just stay consistent. There's this concept known as spaced repetition, as one of my mentors talks about all the time. Is spaced repetition means that you're just constantly doing it. And another one of my mentors that has done over $100 million, he talks about how 2 minutes a day is far better than 2 hours 1 day a week, right? And so even if you're just meditating for 2 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, as long as it's consistent, that's what's truly going to benefit you. Okay, and it's truly what's benefiting me. And what's interesting is because now that I'm more calm, I'm more grounded, people can recognize that, people can pick up on that. And then because of that, my marketing works even better. Because of that, people are gravitated to me. Here's another interesting one is I actually went to an event here in Arizona. One of my friends, a couple of my friends, they own this Instagram page known as Welcome to Arizona. It's one of the biggest Instagram pages in all of Arizona. I think they have a little over 1.2 million followers, and they've been good friends with me for I think it's been like 5-6 years, and it's been fun watching their journey grow and them just continue to grow their business and their page and their influence and persuasion and just like really the whole operation they're building. They have, I believe, over 12 employees now, and so it's really cool to see them. And so they threw this party because they just got a new office, and so I went to this office and they were doing a giveaway, and it was funny because I got there and I even have it right here. They're talking about how they're starting to build out merch, right? And I was like, damn, those are cool. Like here's the shirt, and then there's a hat too that I'll but they're talking, I was like, damn, that's some really cool merch. Like, whose is that? And they're like, oh, that's ours. And I didn't know that they had a merch line. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to get some of that. And then not more than 30-40 minutes, they decided to do a giveaway, and there was probably roughly around like 100 people at this event, and they just went around the room and you got to pick your number out of the hat. And so I picked mine, and what do you know, lo and behold, we were talking about with a lot of people, they're asking me what I do, and I talk about how I help entrepreneurs manifest and really start elevating and raising their frequency and removing subconscious blocks so that they can raise their revenue, raise their impact, raise their fulfillment, and create this magic within their life. And they're like, oh, that's awesome, that's cool. And then what do you know, lo and behold, I knew it was going to happen before it even happened, but I won the merch. I won a hat, won the shirt, obviously, as you can see. And it was just funny because like it was this knowing. And that's the interesting thing, is that like the more that I'm tapped into the Joe Dispenza Meditations, the more that I have this knowing of who I am. I have more confidence within myself, and because of that, the universe and God just continues to reward me and blesses me. And so it's funny because a couple of the guys came up to me afterwards. They're like, oh shit, you manifested that. I was like, yeah, well, you're not wrong. And this is kind of the way that I've just continued to live my life. And the deeper that I go into my spiritual practice, the more this type of stuff happens to me. And because of that, I've had more calls for our company, right? I've gotten more traction with our YouTube channel. I've got more traction with our marketing. We've got more leads. We've got more Skool Community members. There's just like, seems like people are coming in from random places all the time now. I used to think that like it was all about making content on YouTube and Instagram, and that's great, but some of our best leads have come from just like random sources that just kind of happen to find us. And that's the type of things that happen on a consistent basis when you're tapping into Joe Dispenza Meditations. At least for me, that's the case for me and a lot of our clients. And that's what we help them inside of our accelerator program, to really, make those small tweaks and get their nervous system calm and relax so that they can start effortlessly attracting that type of stuff in. Because again, we talk about this all the time on this YouTube channel, but whatever frequency you're at, you're going to match that. And whatever is at a match is just going to naturally be drawn into you. And that's what I'm illustrating through this entire story, about how like some of our best leads are coming in from just random sources because of the elevation, the frequency that I'm at. Because I would say that like after 7 days of raising my frequency, it's just a little bit higher. And because of that, then a little bit of, magic is starting to come in. And when I do it for the next, 7 days, I'm going to be a little bit higher up here, and then more magic is going to come in, and then here and here and here. And so, yeah, it's really, really powerful, and that's what we help. And this, meditating with Joe Dispenza is one of our strategies, but there's a whole heap of stuff that we do inside of our accelerator program, and that's why some of our clients have gone from 7 figures to mid 8 figures. They've gone from stuck at about $10,000 a month to $56,000 in 30 days, and stuff like that can happen quickly. I mean, we've had people that have manifested their dream penthouse apartment, added another $13,000 a month of recurring revenue, traveling the world, going to the Amalfi Coast. I could go on and on about people just finally having the courage to start their business and attract their first 10, 15 clients. It's happened over and over again. Having their first 6K week, on and on. So when you make those small shifts and you calm the nervous system and you regulate yourself, you continue to raise your frequency, you remove those subconscious blocks, all of a sudden you just kind of open up the gates and say, all right, I'm actually ready to receive all this abundance. So it's really, really powerful when you can tap into modalities and tools like the Dr. Joe Dispenza. And again, the whole concept of space repetition is the thing that continues to elevate it and have it help you over and over and over again, rather than just doing it one time. Because that's literally, it's not the worst thing. It's great to do some type of meditation, but the more consistent that you can be, the more consistent that the magic's going to come into your life, whether that's for your business, whether that's for your personal life, combination, because it's all kind of one and the same, right? Your external world is simply just a reflection of what's going on internally. So the more that you can hone in and treat that internal the way it deserves to be treated, then the external is just going to change as well for the better. So that's the gist, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to learn more about Accelerator Program, or you want to jump into this manifestation or this meditation challenge that we're doing inside of our Magnetic Manifesting Skool Community, all the links are down in the video description. Let us know what you got most out of this video. As we always talk about, the way that you actually learn this information, understand this, is actually when you're taking notes, and then you leave your notes down in the comments so we can understand what you got out of it. But more importantly, you're actually teaching it to yourself, because until you can teach it, you don't really know it. And the only way to know it is to teach it. So really powerful concepts. Make sure and put your notes down below. Appreciate you guys, and as always, we talk about how we're on this mission to help over 20,000 people become magnetic manifestors. So if you'd like to be one of them, make sure and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.